Is it going? Yeah, okay. Hey book lovers, it's me, Sydney Books. God, I forgot my username for a while there. Okay, and today's video is going to be about book list. God, I'm blanking out. Can't remember anything. I'm going to show you guys my book wish list on what I want to buy and read, because that's a good video topic, right? Yeah. Okay. Notebook, can you not? Okay. Search for it. There we go. Of course, these aren't all the books I want to read, but it's the things that I looked up on Goodreads that were being raved about. Ow, my foot. And fun stuff like that. And lips are chapped. But yeah. Oh, my bun. Try to fit this in the camera frame. I had to tilt my camera. I'm like, come on. Focus. Okay. Oh, my throat. Okay. So book number 1 on my list is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I'm probably going to read that soon after I finish, it's not on my bookshelf because I'm reading it right now, Looking for Alaska, which I already spoiled in my last video. I was reading that, but you'll see that later in my wrap-up once I'm done with it. And so after I finish that, I'm probably going to get Fangirl from my library at my school. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hand gestures, okay. And number 2 is Landline by the same author, Rainbow Rowell. I'm gonna say Rowell because there's probably like 4 more books by her on this list. But again, I just want to read all of her books. Rainbow Rowell. Yeah, I'll say that. Oh, my hair. So I just want to read all of her books, so most of her books are going to be on this wish list. Okay, number 3, Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. I hope that is how you say your name. But yeah, and I haven't heard a lot about that, except that it's a girly book, and like you guys know already, I am a very girly reader, and I love girly books. I just love it. I just do. Okay. And number 4, Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. That name sounds familiar. She's not the girl who made Twilight, is she? No, that's Stephanie Meyer. She made Lola and the other book. But I've heard of her before, and I've heard of this book. It's all over Goodreads. So I decided, hey, why not? I'll read it. I'll try it. Give me that book for my birthday. Yeah. I mostly made this list because my birthday is coming up, like not this month, but in October. And I'm gonna need a lot of books. So yeah. Number 5 is The Giver by Lois Lowry, yeah. And my friend already has this book, so I'm hoping she'll lend it to me. Book Blondie, Sydney, please lend it to me. Friend, best friend, yeah. I already saw the movie in the movie theaters with her and Abby, and it was really good. Although, once I read the book, I might change that. A bunch of people are like saying either they hate it or they like love it. But I don't know. I really like the movie, even though I haven't read the book yet, which is awkward or weird because I usually read the book and then go to see the movie, and I am getting far behind myself. Number 6. The Selection. Oh, I've already read the Selection series, but I want my own hard copies for my bookshelf because who doesn't want their own copy of the Selection? I really like that book. Those are one of my favorite books. I think one video I'm going to make is going to be a Selection chat video where you can just comment your questions and stuff about what I like about the Selection, my favorite characters, and yeah, look out for that. Okay. 7, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. That's like Cinder, Scarlet, and Crest, I think the last one is. And I think there's 3 or 4 books in that series, and I hear a lot of things about them. I think the first 2 books are in my school library, and I really want to read it because everybody's raved me about it and it seems so interesting. And I mean, I'm a fairy tale kind of girl. I love Cinderella and Snow White and all that. Actually, on Wattpad, I'm starting to begin writing a book about that called Hocus Pocus. So you can look out for that if you follow me on Wattpad. I'll link in the description below. That's not attractive. Okay, number 8. The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I really wanted to read that a lot because it was on my Christmas list last year. Yeah, last year. And I didn't get it. Instead I got iTunes gift cards, but that's okay too, because I download a lot of music and audiobooks and movies, and I have a problem. Okay. And number 9, An Abundance in Catherines by John Green. I also, not just Rainbow Rowell that I want to read all of her books, I want to read all of John Green's books. I already read Paper Towns, which I don't have on my bookshelf because I lent it to Sydney because we traded books. I have Looking for Alaska and she has Paper Towns. And I've also read Fault in Our Stars, and I'm already reading Looking for Alaska right now, and that's about it. There's another one that I wanted to read by him, I think is on this list. We'll see. Okay. And the next one is 10, Just Listen by Sarah Dressen. One of my friends was reading this at school and it looked really interesting. Like, I liked the cover. Plus, a bunch of people on Goodreads recommended it to me. And, yeah. That's why I want to read it. Number 10. Yeah. Number 11, The Gallagher I'm going with Gallagher. Gallagher Girls series by Allie Carter. This is also in my school library, and I think there's 4 or 5 books, 7? I don't know, don't ask me. There's some books in that series, and it looked really interesting where I was like, Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy was one of the books, and I Tell You I Love You, but then I Have to Kill You. Yeah, it looked interesting, so I want to read those books. Okay. Number 12, High Society by Allie Carter, same person who wrote The Gallagher Girls. I actually started reading this book, but then it got overdue in the library, and I was busy reading, what was it, Allegiant, or The One by The Selection? I don't remember. But, so I just gave it back and said, oh, I'll finish that book some other day. And it hasn't been that some other day. So I'm just be like, I like the book, so I'll buy it, and I won't, like, give it away if I don't like it, or put it in an unhaul, but I definitely want my own copy, and so I can read it without having turned it back into the library. Okay, number 13, Room by Emma Dragoo. I'm not even gonna try, because I'll just chop that name up and spit it out wrong. Okay, and I heard that's a really good book. It's also all over Goodreads. I don't really know what it's about. If I do read it, I'd be reading and going into it blind. So, and I like doing that with books sometimes. I like not knowing what it's about and just be like, oh, that's what you're about. Yeah, that's what Room means, or that's what Fangirl means, and that's what The Giver means. I did that in the movie. I'm like, oh, that's why it's called The Giver. Okay. And 14, 1984 by George Orwell. Now, I heard that's a really good book too, but it also is kind of psycho. So I'm going to read it, of course. And number 15, The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I also heard that was a really good book, and believe it or not, I'm probably one of the only people on the planet who haven't seen the movie or read the book. Yeah. I need to get on that. Get on that, Sydney. Okay, 16, Attachments by Rainbow Rowell, because, like I said before, I have to read every one of her books. Fun Bob. And 17, The Siren by Kara Cass. She's also one of my favorite authors because the Selection series is life. And she's the author who wrote that, so I wanted to read her first book. And that's called The Siren. So yeah. 18, Love, Rosie by Cecilia Ahern. Again, it was all over Goodreads, but I have no idea what it is, so I'll try it. Might as well. 19, Bookends by Jane Green. All over Goodreads. Want to try it. Jane Green, I know is not related to John Green because John already has a sibling, Hank. Yeah, they're Vlog brothers. Vlog. Okay, 20, Bergdorf Blondes by Plum Skies. That's it. I wrote this list like about 2 weeks ago, so I don't remember half the stuff I put on it. Okay, 21, Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. My friend actually offered to lend the series to me, so I'm hoping to, this is the same friend that was reading Just Listen by Sarah Dressen, but she offered to lend the series to me if I lend her Paper Towns after I was done lending it to Sydney. So I'm obviously going to take up that offer, but then after I'm done reading it, I kind of want my own copies of all the books in the series. I think there's 5 or 6. Don't ask me, I have no idea. Okay, 22, Shatter Me which is basically the series. It's like Ignite Me, Shatter Me. Don't know all the books in the series, but that's some of them by Terry Maffey. Tara Maffey. I'm assuming that's your name. I'm so sorry. Okay. And 23, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen C. Because I'm not even going to try and say that name. I actually watched the movie. Logan Lerman's my man, so I had to watch that movie. And it was really good. So, but it was also really sad. And had a plot twist I did not see coming. So, definitely want to read that book. And 24, The Book Thief by Marcus Suske. I actually saw that in my book fair and I didn't get it, surprisingly, but now I want it. So hopefully somebody can give that to me by my birthday. Okay, 25, Uglies by Scott Westerfield, because that was all over Goodreads. God, most of these books I'm just like, oh, that looks interesting. That cover's pretty. I'll go for that. That's all over Goodreads. People like that. Yeah. I'm a sheep. I'm a sheep, guys. I'm a sheep. 26, Legend, Marie Lu. I think that's the last one on my list. Until next time. But yeah, Legend. Again, that was at my book fair next to like Champion and the second book. And that's a trilogy, I know that. And it looked interesting. And that's why I wanted to get it. But yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like if you liked it. And comment what you think of any of the books I said. And if you liked reading them or if you want to read them too. And don't forget to subscribe and see what's next to my channel. Bye, guys.